And we are back tonight. We have Mr. Travis Schneider with us on the show. Travis, welcome, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me today.
Yeah, good to have you, man. So it's going to be our third time getting you in the NLC cage. We had you, I believe, last May, then November.
Yeah.
Both Bridgeport shows. So
Yes,
it's going to be the third Bridgeport show, your third fight, man.
Yeah, back in the same spot. So
you're going to have to be on all of them.
Yeah.
All the Bridgeport shows.
Yeah.
Hopefully a few in between.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So this fight, we had you booked with Cole Gibbons. We had that set up for about a month, and then found out he couldn't get off work.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought he was off. Then he got a schedule, and he wasn't off.
Yeah.
So unfortunate, but we had a flyweight step up and decide to come up a couple weight classes. And he's an experienced flyweight. Well, he's 1-1 MMA. He's fought for karate combat, and he was a former Olympic team member for karate. And Erik Coon. And a lot of people haven't heard about this fight yet. We haven't even announced it, but they're going to hear about it now. So, yeah, man, I'm just glad we were able to get something. We were worried there for a few days that, we're a month out. We had 18 fights on the card, and where we're going to go from here. But we got something.
Yeah.
And Mr. Coon stepped in. So, what do you feel about the new fight? I know you love the old matchup. How do you feel about this one?
I'm just grateful you were able to find somebody. I'm glad he stepped up to it. So, it was great. Found it kind of fast. So, it was a little bit of a game change, but still got a month to prep for it. And I think it's going to be a great fight. I know he's got a good bit of experience. So I think it'll be a good fight, though.
Yeah, he's with a good gym. He's not been around MMA very long, but he is transitioning very well especially for somebody from a karate background. But he's an athlete, and athletes pick up on things fast. So we saw his first fight, he struggled against a wrestler. Then his second fight, he out-wrestled a very good striker. So he's evolving himself.
Yeah.
And that's something we've been seeing out of you as well. Your first fight, Bobby Johnson, you fought one of the top kickboxers around. I don't think anybody ever attempted to take down. You guys were just there beating each other up. And then your second fight, you get in there with a guy who doesn't want to stand with you whatsoever. He had some pretty good takedowns, but your reversals were top-notch. As soon as you guys hit the ground, you were on top every time, all 3 rounds. And now you're fighting a guy, again, that probably doesn't want to take you to the ground, but can. But we talked the other day. You've been working on that. I mean, it's been, 6-7 months since your last fight? You got taken down a few times, and that's been a priority. So, yeah, tell me about your training since then leading up to the camp, and then how has the camp been?
So my last 2 fights, I was on second shift, so I didn't get to work with my coach a whole lot. And then the last 2 weeks leading up to Austin, I was able to go to daylight, so that definitely helped me. But now, since then, I knew I needed to work on my ground and focused a lot on that to make me well-rounded. So just been working with my coach, Nick Brown, a lot of grappling, jiu-jitsu, trying to get that takedown defense a little bit better. So that didn't happen because I'm not, leading into this, I'm not sure how it'll end up. It might be stand up. I'm feeling good either, whatever way. If we end up on the ground, I'm pretty comfortable now. So definitely worked on that a lot since the last fight.
Yeah, you've got a guy this time coming in, giving up a lot of height and reach. He's 5'6". I believe you're 6'1" or 6'2".
6'2".
6'2". So yeah, you've got a big advantage here. But you're fighting a guy who's been doing karate since he was in diapers, which he was in diapers when he was 12, right? So I'm not kidding. So you've been fighting a guy who's been doing karate his whole life. But you've got a 8-inch height advantage here. Man, this is a really interesting fight. It's a little different, definitely different. MMA striker versus a karate guy. Massive height, reach advantage versus his experience.
Yeah, I'd be excited to see us stand up a lot just because of the backgrounds. I think it would make it pretty interesting to see.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm going to 145. Right now, through this fight camp, I felt better than I did cutting to 155. So I think this might be the weight I want to hang around. So
Yeah.
see how this one goes.
So I'm going to bring up video of your last fight with Austin Jules. And I'm not going to play the whole thing. We're going to look at the third round only. And I'd like you to walk us through the fight. What's going through your head? What are you trying to do? What happens? Let me bring this up. There we go.
Yeah, so right there, I got pretty nervous just because I didn't see it coming. So once I hit the bottom, I was like, oh, I might be in some trouble right here.
This doesn't last long.
No. And right at that point, I was feeling comfortable. I was getting out of there.
Yeah. He's coming in butt high, head down with his elbows in, no base. Take it.
Yeah.
So at this point, I believe we all knew you were in control on the judges' scorecards as well.
Yeah, at that moment, I figured I could ride it out the rest of the round just because of the previous 2 rounds. I was able to ride it out in guard.
He's going to close guard. He's not really trying to get out of there.
Yeah. I think he was trying to get stood up.
Yeah. It's hard to do in a 2-minute round.
Yeah. Yeah, they go fast.
Yeah, referee's not going to stand you up right here.
And once I noticed we were by the cage, I knew the round couldn't be much longer, so I just started walking him to the cage so he couldn't push off my hips at that point.
Doing enough to, oh, yeah, there you go. Letting your hands go at the end. Oh, and that was it.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I was hoping to get a stoppage, but just didn't have enough time there.
Unanimous decision. So, yeah, I took it all three scorecards. I believe it was 30-27, if I'm not mistaken. There wasn't a whole lot of stand-up. He, as soon as you would exchange, he was shooting in.
Yeah.
And probably because his last fight before that, he fought Bobby Johnson and took a pretty bad knockout. So
Yeah, Bobby's he's a striker, man. He is. He's a tough guy.
I saw Bobby knock a guy out with a jab in a kickboxing match.
Yeah.
Back in 2022.
I seen his last fight because I follow Bobby, very good guy, and I've seen he cut weight and just didn't happen. So that sucked because I wanted to see him fight. So
man, yeah, me too. He's my friend, but I'm a big fan of Bobby. I love watching the guy compete. Whatever. If Bobby's in a ping pong tournament, I'm tuning in. Whatever he's doing, but yeah, that sucked, man. Bobby made a massive cut. He'd been fighting at 55. He said he hasn't seen the 40s since before he joined the military when he was younger, when he was scrawny. So he made it down, made weight, 145 on the dot, and his opponent didn't show up. And would have been nice to know ahead of time so Bobby didn't, kill himself trying to make weight and everything. But that sucks. We didn't hear anything until a day or two after the event. So, but yeah. So yeah, now you followed Bob. You following Bobby. You followed him right down to 145.
Yeah. Yeah. See how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't. I mean, you're not. You don't have a giant frame. You're tall, so you got that going for you. But you don't have a big frame. There's some of these guys cutting from 85, 90 down to fight at 55. So, and I don't think you. I know you were cutting to 55, but I don't think you were cutting that much.
No,
when you came in and made weight, you looked fine. You didn't look like famished or anything.
I only had to cut a couple pounds, maybe 6, 7 pounds, so it wasn't a lot at all. So that's why I was like, well, maybe I'll try 145. It's a
Yeah.
little bit of a weight cut, but I think I'll feel better.
Have you had any practice weight cuts yet?
No, just kind
No.
of jumping right into it.
Probably, yeah. And probably too late to do one right now. But
So as soon as I started getting my water intake up, my weight dropped, and I'm sitting close to 155,
okay.
156. So I shouldn't have too bad of a cut.
Yeah, that's good. So you're training with Nick Brown,
Yeah.
Bellator fighter, right?
Yes, he was with Bellator.
One of the best fighters in this region of the country.
Yeah.
I hear he's a great coach. I know my friend Denzel went there, and he's been with a few different gyms, and he got there and absolutely loved it. Feels at home, loves the place, the atmosphere, and says he's gotten a lot better since he's been there. I hear
Yeah.
nothing but good things. And another friend of mine, oh gosh, I forget his name, Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller was there, I believe, before he hurt his back. Kevin Miller was our heavyweight champion, 4-0 heavyweight MMA, also undefeated boxer, really good. He loved All-American MMA. And too bad he hurt his back. He's probably not going to fight again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear nothing but good things about that place, man. Tell me about the coaches there, and what are some of the things they have you working on right now?
Nick Brown's got me working on a lot of grappling because that was one of my downfalls for a while. So we worked on that a lot leading up to this. Ton of that working on still technique boxing, get my feet work better. So I spent a lot of time on that, just trying to get it perfect as best as I could. Still only being 2 fights in, just trying to fine tune it with what I have. So being able to work with him's made a big difference. And he's all around a great guy. All
Yeah.
my teammates, they're all great. They help out a lot. So it's definitely helped working with everybody. And then we get other people come up on open mat days, so it's nice to get to work with other people, people you don't train with all the time. So in our open mat days, we get a good bit of people up. So those are the best days there.
So where do you see yourself here in the next 12 months?
I got a lot of stuff going on. So this will probably be the last fight for a couple months, and then as
At
soon
least
as
till we come back to Bridgeport.
at least till you're back to Bridgeport. I'm hoping it won't be that long.
Yeah.
I know beginning of July I'll be down for about a month before I get back in the gym. So that's why I really wanted to fight June, because that was like my last fight for a little while. So I'm
Barely able to
glad.
fit it in.
Yeah, so I'm
Last
glad Erik
one of the last
pulled
days.
through on it. He definitely helped out with that, make that happen. So, but I'm hoping I'll be fighting again like 4 or 5 months from June, hopefully.
Nice. All right. Well, I believe that is all I have today. Any last words you have for your teammates, friends,
Yeah.
family, opponent?
Yeah, I appreciate Erik taking this fight. I know it was short notice, so got respect for that. Um, Shout out to my coach, my teammates. They really support me. My wife and daughter are probably my biggest supporters. And then my sponsors, Bailey's Barbershop, Ashley Knight with Reality One Group, and Mason Jar Mamas. She made the shirts, so she really helped out there and was able to get that order done for me. So that's really it. Just all the
Nice.
support I got for this fight camp really helped out.
All right. I've got one little shout out myself. Jacked Jams right here. Megan Carpenter with her jam company. So check them out, jackjams.com. Sent me a shirt with my jam order. All right.
That's all.
Yeah. Travis, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
And we are. I keep wanting to say, see y'all next weekend. We got a month, so see y'all here for 3 or 4 weeks. June 29th, Bridgeport at the Bridge Sports Complex. Be there. We're starting at 6:30. You want to come out and see some grappling. There's going to be a jiu-jitsu tournament all day, starting early in the morning. The West Virginia Grappling Organization, West Virginia Go, is putting that on. And then we start our night with a grappling event as well. We'll have about an hour and a half, 2 hours of grappling. And then at 6:30, the fights kick off. So you're going to see Mr. Schneider on the card and a couple of his teammates. We've got Denzel Chapman and Brandon Swaney. So the return of the Hillbilly Hand Grenade, and then the first time we've had Swaney on. So we've been talking to Swaney for a while, and glad we finally got him on. So, all right, everybody. Yeah, that Swaney and Griffin Key, 2 strikers. These are 2 guys that when people fight them, they're looking to take them on the ground because these guys are dangerous. Now they're coming here with each other, so excited about that. See these guys both get to fight somebody who wants to stand with them. So that's going to be a great fight. And then Denzel Chapman against Joe Thompson. So Joe's on a 2-fight win streak, coming off of a big knockout from 2 weeks ago. Not even, a week and a half ago. 12 days ago. Knocked out Jacob Hatfield in Lexington. A lot of people saw that one as an upset. Joe didn't. Joe has really improved. So Denzel's got his hands full, man. Fighting. I compare this guy to Adam from Real Steel, that robot who could just take a beating. So, but now Joe can give one too. So,
Denzel's the top guy. So,
Yep. It's gonna be a good fight. Y'all gotta buy a ticket when you check out. Tag this man's name, newlinecagefighting.com. Go click on the event there, buy a ticket at checkout. Tag Travis so he gets credit for the sales. These amateur fighters, while they're not allowed to get paid a purse, they are allowed to be paid for their ticket sales. So tag these guys to make sure they get credit for it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for having me, Keith.
You're welcome.